Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am really loud. I am your host, Michael Dolce. This is Secrets of the Sire, and I'm completely thrown off by the sound of my own voice. We got new equipment here. We got some sound techs doing stuff. We're trying to put all that money we're not making back into the show. That's what it's all about.
Is that the goal every week? Basically,
it's
to spend money we don't have.
It's like let's keep spending more money on a show that makes none.
That's a good business model.
This thing's got to give.
I appreciate that business model. this thing's got to give.
It's got to give.
Yeah. Something's got to break eventually.
Something's got to break.
That's the ladies' man. You ever see that movie?
What?
You ever see it with Tim? What's his name from Saturday Night Live?
Right.
And he said, "I know exactly what to do. I will wait for something to randomly happen. You'll see, it will work."
We talk comics, movies, TV, pop culture every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on talkradio.nyc. We also stream live on Facebook, facebook.com/Secrets of the Sire. I'm your host, Mike Dolce. As always, my beloved co-host, Hassan Godwin.
Lord of the Radio.
Lord of the Radio.
Say it like you mean it.
Well, it sounds worse when you say it, so that's why I let
That's why you should say it. I'm telling you to say it. Say Lord of the Radio. What? Don't marry me. You marry.
Oh, look, I got an echo, too. Oh, man. Just spending that money.
Haunting.
We've got a great show tonight.
Do we?
We really do, actually. Really kind of funny, though, is that I sent out some of the advertisements for the show, some promotional tweets and whatnot. And my mom, who is a loyal follower of the show.
You don't blame your mom?
My mom is a loyal, and she's, hi, Mom. See? She's watching right now. She's probably waving at the camera.
She's your mom. If she didn't listen to the show, she'd be a bad mom.
Is that like the pressure?
Yeah.
Like do I have to participate in everything my kid does? Like, what if my kid is like really bad at
Pretty
something?
Pretty much, all the way up to you're like 90.
And meanwhile, the kid's like, God, only my dad watches this.
Yeah, they don't even
He's
appreciate
lame.
it.
He sucks. No, and she's like, oh, I see you have Mike McFarland on tonight. I don't like him very much. And I'm like, I don't think you really know who that is. I think you're thinking it's Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
You know,
the Orville. She's
right.
Orville Redenbacher.
No, so we have the good McFarlane on tonight. It's McFarland, but whatever. You know, again, the point is we have Mike McFarland. We're going full anime. We do this once a year, actually. We had Sailor Moon. We had Deborah Crane, who was a voice actor from Sailor Moon, on last year. It was a very cool.
You didn't actually have Sailor Moon on.
Well, Sailor Moon is a fictional character that does not actually exist.
I'm just going by what you said.
I'm just merely saying.
You said you had Sailor Moon.
I'm just merely saying.
Okay.
So we are going full anime once a year. Once a year, I dip into the anime pond a little bit.
Okay.
And
is there a pond for anime?
I think so.
Because
is it a pool or a pond?
I don't know. Do they sell DVDs there? Or is it like it's a media pond? Is it?
Mine was more of an analogy.
It was. We're being metaphorical, right? It's a simile.
Yes, it's like or as.
I thought it was an actual pond.
Yeah, no.
I'm in the market for a couple of DVDs.
It was actually. So I
forget it.
It inspires me because you know what I was like. You know we have these great anime. We have Alexa Fox, who's a producer of the new show My Life as a Monkey, which is not an anime; it's animated.
Right.
But again, we do this very rarely.
Because they're American for a strong percentage of it.
I don't think it's an American-Japanese thing. I think it's just...
anime is Japanese.
No, I get that. Yeah. Well, okay, right.
So
exactly,
they're American,
right.
so it's not anime.
Exactly,
so
it's not.
This is animation.
But she has a lot of people from anime jumping on, which is really great.
If there's Americans, if the Americans are in charge, it's not anime.
No, it's not. It's not. And they don't have big eyes. Well, I guess they sort of have big eyes.
That doesn't even matter.
No, it does.
No, you just got to put an American in charge, and suddenly it's not anime.
It matters.
No, dominance. Cultural, continental, national, dominance.
Right.
Dominance.
Okay. Well,
No. You're not going for...
No. I just don't even know what... I don't even know what you're talking... Like, I don't even know what you just said.
I'm just saying it can't be animated if there's Americans in charge of it.
My brain literally cannot computate what you just said.
It's My Life as a Monkey is American nay, right? It's not anime. It's American nay.
Okay.
Right? Isn't it... Because it's Americans.
Is there a genre called American A?
I don't know. I just made it.
We should
Lord
of
the Radio's American A. There you go.
You sound like you're from Canada, though.
I don't know.
That's really kind of funny, right?
That's fair.
Isn't that kind of ironic? At the end of the day, you're like, this is American, eh?
Hey? Yeah.
No, it's not. That's Canadian. You just said it's Canadian. It's those kind of revelations that make our show so fun and popular. that we're not making any money. No, but we really do. We have this great show.
I wonder why we're not making money.
So Alexa's coming on. She can talk about her new show. She brought in Mike McFarland, who is the voice of many a character in anime, but in general, he's on Dragon Ball Z. Which is awesome.
He's on My Life.
He's a co-producer and he's involved in it, so it's pretty exciting.
So that's a big deal.
And we've also got another voice actress. So Alexa really helps out. Brina Palencia, who's also a live-action actress as well too. She's been on Walking Dead, so she's part of this project.
Wow.
She's going to come on. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. But it got me really inspired. So I shot out a couple of posts, which are always dangerous to do. But basically, if I'm an anime newbie and need to know what I should be watching, what is it that I should be watching in terms of anime? And then I kind of spun it. If you could recommend one anime,
okay,
what would it be?
Me personally?
In segment 2. We will go into this. But that's what we're going to
answer anyway. I was going to ruin segment 2.
What? Yeah, I don't know. So
I'm going to ruin segment 2.
Why would you ruin segment 2?
Because I'm a ruiner. Lord of the Radio ruins everything.
Well, I know. I try. That's
exactly me. We're talking about me. All right, move on. You're slightly distracted.
Just only slightly. But we start with where we left off last week, which is J.J. Abrams going to direct Star Wars.
Yes, he is.
And some fans not too pleased about that.
Some are. I think it's a small percentage.
I think so too.
But they did indeed start a petition to.
Fans
is not going to go anywhere.
Fans, no. I mean, name me an online petition that actually did something.
But you know what? This could have been the one that started an entire movement.
Like maybe the one that got, like what brought Family Guy back. Speaking of Seth MacFarlane, not Mike McFarland.
I don't know because I don't watch American A.
Yeah, from Canada. Straight from Canada. I would say, all right, you got. Of Sense8? All right.
Really?
All right, Sam, our engineer and former anime lover. Well, he still loves anime.
Former?
I guess he still loves. He was in the anime business.
He was?
Yeah.
All right.
You didn't know that about Sam?
No.
We've talked about it.
No.
Literally on this show.
We didn't.
With you sitting here.
We did not talk about it.
We have just discovered that you don't even pay attention to the show.
I'm not paying attention to you right now, as a matter of fact.
I noticed that, too. So I keep directing my conversation toward you.
Yeah, stop that. You're making me sound stupid.
Fans petition Lucasfilm to fire J.J. Abrams from Star Wars Episode 9.
Yes!
Last week, following the news that Colin Trevorrow was no longer directing the film, it was announced that Star Wars The Force Awakens director would step in to replace him. Under the petition, though, however, was not very happy with this news, essentially citing the fact that he created something very unoriginal and remade Episode 4. The petitioner was very upset and thinks he's going to remake Return of the Jedi now.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yes, that's
Do you really
think
that he would remake? I mean, really?
Well, as we in part and parcel with the discussion we were having before, in a very microcosmic or very peripheral kind of way, some people don't even realize what they're doing when they're doing it. So I think it's pathological for him. He remakes a lot of stuff. And as a matter of fact, one of the guys in his camp, Lindelof, he's going to be doing Watchmen. So it's like they're going to be doing Watchmen as a television show. Or they're proposing it as a television show. This is what I'm saying. These guys, they don't...
Why would you do that?
They're not original guys.
That's totally... Like, you already made the movie... It shouldn't be a TV series.
Why did they do anything?
Unless it's a limited series. Unless they're actually going
to... Maybe it's going to be a limited series.
Faithfully
I don't know
adapt it. But even that... I mean, I think Zack Snyder did...
You see what I'm saying about remakes? They're going to remake. They're going to make it again. They're going to make it again.
But there's a difference. There's a real difference between doing a remake of something and kind of appropriating the basic arc of the story, which I think even he acknowledged. He's like, look, I was trying to bring this back to what it was, A. B, I was trying to introduce it to a new audience, B, so I did something that was familiar. I mean, he acknowledges there was a lot of lending of that or borrowing of that,
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it was there. It's not like he's denying that. But I think he did it with a specific strategy.
If you have oatmeal 7 days a week, and on Sunday, you have oatmeal again.
Yeah.
Right? And in this particular time,
That's 8 days, by the way. That's 8 days.
So then Monday. Now it's 8. Now it works.
Okay.
Jerk. You jerk.
I'm just merely pointing that out.
Doesn't matter.
All right, go ahead.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Don't listen to what I said. Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm going to smack the crap out. If you're told, basically, come to my house for dinner, you're like, well, it's going to cost me $25 to get to your house.
Right.
And I'm like, no, dude, come to my house. It's going to be great. We're going to have this person over. We're going to have that person. It's going to be a wonderful thing. And you come over, and you get served oatmeal again. Yeah. And you're like, how could you serve me oatmeal? After I spent the money to get here. I took time out of my busy schedule to get to you. The promise of something different, of something alive, something vibrant, and you serve me oatmeal. And my response is, well, that's what I had in my fridge. I had to get rid of it.
It was oatmeal with like raisins and cinnamon and like
you wouldn't care. It was freaking oatmeal. You had oatmeal last night, and you had oatmeal the night before, and you had oatmeal the night before. And who's to say you didn't put cinnamons and raisins in those other bowls of oatmeal? No, that's not a caveat. We didn't establish what you put in the oatmeal.
I think the analogy is a little flawed.
No, it's not.
A little flawed because
it's
also
perfectly flawed. The only thing that was flawed was that how many days of the week it had been.
If you had oatmeal for 3 days straight, and then 15 years later had oatmeal, and it really wasn't very good oatmeal.
Oh, good Lord! It was only 10 years later.
And then
so you got your numbers wrong. Revenge of the Sith is 2005.
Yeah, no. I'm saying you got served. I'm saying you got served really great oatmeal in 1977, in 1980,
that's
and in
not
1983,
15 years.
And then 1999
for
1983. 16 years to Phantom Menace.
Yeah, but that wasn't oatmeal.
Right, that was bad oatmeal.
No, that's your opinion.
Fast forward another 12 years later.
That's only your opinion.
Or 11 years later. And
10 years later. 2005, 2015.
Okay, right. So 10 years later.
You're going to make fun of my numbers? Huh? 8 days, 7 days? You can't even get a decade right.
10 years later. You couldn't even figure out my analogy. So
I can understand your freaking analogy. Your analogy is terrible.
10 years later.
This is a terrible
analogy. You get
analogy.
served oatmeal, but it's better oatmeal than it was.
How do you say it's better? There's a petition saying it wasn't. There was no petition before. Well, this is your part. This is your segment of the story.
Vocal minority. I'm just saying.
It's a vocal minority that we're reporting on.
I'm merely saying
we're
the 7 days in a row. I'm saying the 7 days in a row oatmeal analogy. Just
8 days in a row.
It just
8 days.
8 days a week.
Yeah.
8 days a week.
9 days a week. 8 days in a row.
Secrets of the Sire is brought to you by all of our beloved patrons. We have dedicated fans: Einar Peterson, Matt Byer, Ashley Haikai, our program director Stephanie Dolce, our executive producers Steve Hovecki, Brian Phillips, and Christina Gillen, and as always our Uber fan Christina Dolce, who, by the way, I told her, don't pledge as much money because it's really just coming out of our own account and then being put right back in. It's terrible.
Wow.
Which is great.
Wow, that's a little bit of a revelation that you shouldn't have shared, though.
I did.
Don't share that. Don't say that.
Can I not?
Don't say you're putting your own money into.
No. My wife is putting my money in.
Don't do that.
I say that every show. You don't listen to any of the shows, do you?
Your wife is you. You and your wife are the same. You just said that was the whole point of your argument, is that you're spending our money. So that's you.
When we come back, if you had to recommend one anime to anyone, it would be
Batman.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
Who do you want to connect with?
Are you an entrepreneur or intrapreneur looking to build your following?
Welcome to our show.
Follow Me Friday with Joan
and Priya.
Tune in every Friday at noon Eastern
on talkradio.nyc.
We're your digital connectors. Woo woo!
Talking Alternative Radio, 24 hours a day.
Contemplating how to do this, you being on camera next week.
I'm going to go get some sun then. Get ready. Don't read into it.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Class.
Very racially
Have some class.
insensitive.
See, there it is.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
see, you ruined it. It was a subtle nod to it now, and you just kind of hit it over the head with a hammer.
Secrets of the Sire.
Welcome back to... Wow, really, just super loud. It's really ridiculous. Yeah. Welcome back to Secrets of the Sire. We're having some technical difficulties. If you're trying to check us out on Facebook, we will be right back on in a moment. Apparently, there's been some technical... Brian Everham actually commented, we lose our interns, and then suddenly everything falls to pieces.
Yeah, but the interns used to knock the internet out all the time. So,
This is true, too, actually.
I mean, it was 6 of one, half dozen of the other. We never win. That's just bottom line. Is we're not going to win. We're not designed to win.
I guess that's what it comes down to.
Yes,
yeah, I guess that's what it comes down to.
All right, God will never let us be successful.
That's the George Costanza line. All right, welcome back to Secrets of the Sire. We do this every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, talkradio.nyc. We stream it live on facebook.com/Secrets of the Sire. We got into a whole bunch of Star Wars, J.J. Abrams stuff.
Yeah, I was right, and you were wrong.
And you were right. Yes, and I was right, and you were wrong, and all this fun stuff. But we're going to go anime instead. We're going full anime. Yeah, we're going to switch gears a little bit because this is our anime episode. This is the episode where we get to really jump into a topic that I have no knowledge of, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So this would be a decent conversation then.
Probably. Probably. I think that's as best as we could possibly hope for, right?
Yes.
Is that I have some sort of knowledge, some sort of intimate knowledge?
Well, no, the bottom line is the things you know about, you don't really know about the things you know about, in which case, now that you can acknowledge you don't know anything about it, maybe it'd be an actual decent conversation.
There we go. Gene Goldstein just chimed in, finally working.
All right.
Well,
technology.
This is kind of nice. The fact that we have people that are actually complaining that we're not there,
and they're still there when we reboot it.
That's the biggest.
Come back. They're still there waiting.
That's the biggest shocker right there. Is that you guys
not like
are here.
They're on a bread line somewhere and they have to stay. You know.
So we had a lot of cool talks about J.J. Abrams, but we don't need to go into the oatmeal talk. We'll go into the oatmeal talk. I'll boost the oatmeal talk.
Makes sense. The oatmeal talk is solid logic.
If you want to chime in on the oatmeal talk, we will get back to it in our fourth segment, which for the majority of our viewers will be the third segment. For our second segment, though, to give a little bit of a backstory, we were talking about how we have some really great guests, right? We have Alexa Fox, who's bringing her show My Life as a Monkey.
Right.
She's working with two really prestigious voice actors.
Right.
Why is there like a male connotation for actors? But you have to say actors and actresses. But if you do it as a combination, it's
a
actors.
lot of women prefer to be called actors.
That's a good point. That's easier for me.
Yeah,
I was going to say acti.
Go with what's easy.
Actresses.
That's what we've been doing. That's what our society's been doing from the start.
Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's what we got to do. So working with a lot of prestigious actors.
Prestigious.
Yeah,
nice,
which is
nice
pretty good.
Word.
We've got Mike McFarland. Who, again, for anybody who did not catch the first segment on the Facebook feed, my mom, who watches the show religiously, said...
Obligated.
I
Obligatory.
don't really like him, and I think you're thinking of Seth MacFarlane. Mike McFarlane's a very nice individual.
She might not like McFarlane's in general.
This is very true. She hates Todd.
She might hate.
She hates Todd.
She just might hate.
She's like, that
Scotch-Irish people
that
in general. I don't like any of the mix.
We've also got Brina Palencia, who is the voice actress on My Life as a Monkey, and she's also a singer. She does. So it got me inspired. So I shot out a post.
You did.
And we want to hear from all of our now working Facebook audience. Not that they were jobless before this, but now.
Right. But now we put you to work.
The working Facebook feed. I want to know.
We have made America great again.
If you had to recommend one anime. To someone like me who does not really watch anime,
some poor stooge like yourself,
what would it be? And actually, you know what? Let's take out the newbie, connotation. What's the one anime you would recommend? So, Hassan, you would do.
That's hard.
Before you answer, people kept I got messaged so much when I posted this. They're like, asking for that is like...
Yes. It's a tough one.
I get it.
Gateway-wise, I would go with Akira, although it is a standard answer. So...
Let me ask you a question. Do you feel less like... There was an interview with Eddie Vedder one time, and Eddie Vedder's like, the Rolling Stone reporter's like, what do you have in your CD player? It's like, back when CD players were still a thing, and he had like the Strokes in the CD player, and you could tell in his answer he felt embarrassed because he was just like, oh, I've got other things.
The problem is that Akira is so mainstream, so widespread that it's not a sign of your anime acumen to recommend it, because the average person knows it. It's like what's your favorite comic book? Oh, Superman. It's like that doesn't mean you're a comic book aficionado. So, but the problem is when you go beyond Akira, it becomes preference, and then you start to get more obscure. Like my favorite is like the Bubblegum Crisis, right?
There was a crisis of bubblegum?
Yes, there was. It was Bubblicious against Juicy Fruit, and it was bad.
What happened to Big League Chew? Big League Chew's
No, they got wiped out right away.
But that's got the little comic strip.
That didn't matter.
I used to collect those.
They were too busy reading and writing comics to defend themselves. And that's why they lost the war right there. See, Brian Abraham is like Akira and Fist of the North Star. Fist of the North Star. That's
I got a bone to pick with you. I'm gonna pick a bone with you in between the commercial.
I know.
You know exactly what it was too.
I screwed up, but it's all right. It's fine. I can mess up. I'm a human being, not an animal.
All right. The number one that I kept hearing from people, I think the consensus, and to be honest with you, the post. I mean, they're still commenting on the post, by the way.
Okay. All right, so they're still going. That's still,
which is crazy. I didn't realize anime was such a big thing.
Stop being embarrassed about your popularity.
Yeah. No, not my. No. The popularity of my question
Doesn't matter. It's still part of you.
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop
seemed to be like the best answer for someone.
You know why? Because that's another very mainstream one. That's
you think
been
so?
Yes, that's been actually on national television a number of times. It's on Adult Swim.
Sure,
it's been on a lot of stuff.
Sure.
So not to say that diminishes it, because Cowboy Bebop is awesome, and I have the whole run of Cowboy Bebop at home. So I'm a fan. I am a fan of Cowboy Bebop. If you were going to ask me what should I watch, Cowboy Bebop wouldn't be what I start you with.
No, it wouldn't. Because most people were saying that's the one where you could literally it's a short series. You could watch it start to finish.
You can.
You get into it. It's very relatable. It's not like off the wall.
But it is very anime tropey. It is kind of it does kind of parody some anime tropes.
Did you say parody?
Parody.
Tomato. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Parody.
Get off my back, dude. It does parody some anime tropes that you probably wouldn't understand fully if you weren't familiar.
Right, if you didn't know what the tropes
with the
are.
genre of anime in its first place.
If you were like an anime nerd, yeah.
I'd say Macross. That's another one.
I remember that from Anime Insider, those back in the day.
And there's a movie that they have, which actually I would start people with before the series, because the series is, and I will commit a sacrilege by saying this, the series is uneven.
But you would start someone off with an uneven series?
I would start them off with a movie.
Like, would you do that?
They made a movie that consolidated the entire series, and they altered certain aspects and outcomes. But the movie is is almost a perfect example of anime in and of itself.
Okay.
All the tenets.
Would you consider?
All the greatness that.
What would you consider a great anime?
When I was coming up,
like what are the elements of what makes an anime great?
It's great. It's great detail, artistic detail, defined detail.
I think the art has everything to do with it, right?
And the art
and the animation style.
The art actually, in my opinion, of modern anime has taken a dive a little bit.
Okay,
because for probably for mass production.
Yeah, well, it's computer generated too,
huge
right?
Popularity. I mean, incredible attention to detail.
Sure.
A lot of technical stuff. A lot of technology. Robots.
Yeah.
Big robots is the big thing. I mean, anime is basically big robots. Okay?
Not all, but yes.
Not all, no. But I mean, there's almost always, or very often, there's a giant robot in there somewhere. It's like it's an offshoot of the kaiju genre.
Okay.
Which is the monster, giant monsters attacking Tokyo. Godzilla,
sure.
So anime is like kind of an offshoot of that, except it's mostly with robots.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of. The other thing is animes can have adult themes to them. So that's unique from cartoons, American idea of cartoons before The Simpsons, before...
Well, it's a great thing that you bring up, too, because my favorite, quote-unquote anime, though, and someone said this is legit, Voltron.
Yeah, Voltron is...
And Voltron blew my mind when I was 5 years old because they killed off Lance.
But they didn't kill him off.
Well, they did didn't they? In the pilot,
No.
he was dead.
He was wounded. They did kill him off in the show. In the original show, he was killed.
Yeah, in the show.
But in the American version, he was wounded.
Oh,
they took
really?
him to the hospital.
No, see, in whatever I watched, he died. And I was like 5 or 6 years old, and it was the first time...
And it wasn't Lance, it was Sven.
Oh, that's right, Sven. Lance took his place, right?
No, Princess Allura took his place.
See, I don't know what's going on. It's just crazy.
Sorry.
There's big eyes. That's a lot of motion.
There were things moving. There was
causing robots.
I can't be expected
You're
to
right,
remember
Sven
any of
but
this.
whatever the case was, when I was 5 years old or 6 years old,
terrible accent.
it blew my mind. It blew my mind that he killed him off, and I was like, but I don't understand.
They killed off everybody. That's when Robotech came out. That's what got me into anime.
Oh my god,
right?
my best friend was so into Robotech. He created an entire comic book in 7th grade that was basically based off of Robotech. He loved Robotech.
Up to that point, a lot of American anime had been redubbed in American voices, but a lot of the violence had been cut or changed or altered so that it wasn't perceived as actual violence, right? So Robotech comes along from Harmony Gold, and they dub it also, and they add a lot of American isms in it, right? But they kept the deaths, they kept the violence, and that blew everybody's mind, because up to that it was being G.I. Joe, and a helicopter would get hit with a missile, and a guy would just jump out. And all the violence was very benign. No one got shot. There was like an amazing field of fire where thousands of people are shooting and everyone's just ducking behind a rock and everyone's fine. So a lot of destruction, a lot of property destruction, but not a lot of deaths.
My second favorite was Dragon Ball Z. That was like must watch in college at midnight when we were just getting started.
Well, I'm older than you, so I was past it by then.
On a Tuesday, midnight. I am like, if I'm not passed out by midnight, I'm hating life for not being passed out.
Really? Even when you were in college?
No. Right now.
Oh, right now.
No, back then, we were like, oh, this is great. We've got 4 more hours to kill. Let's watch Dragon Ball Z. You remember those days? It was must watch. It was like my roommate Stephen Conroy, who would just he would just flip it on. But the thing was, I had the TV in my room. My 2 roommates upstairs, we were living in like not a townhouse. I guess it was a townhouse technically, right?
Who cares what kind of house?
Well, I'm just saying. So like
the upstairs. The story. Do we have to have a visual in your house?
No, I'm trying to paint a picture.
All right,
here.
I get you.
They didn't have TVs in the room. I had the TV in my room.
You did, okay.
So then I would literally walk into my room, and he would be sitting on the couch. He'd be like, "No, we got to watch this." And
so I gotta go to sleep.
No, I wasn't thinking that. It was midnight. What are you, crazy?
What are you doing in my room?
And I was young. Classes were.
Put that silverware
I had
back.
class at 2 in the afternoon. I could get up at 1:45.
Yeah,
it's totally different life,
those
right?
Are the days.
Oh my God, this is so great. Daylight meant nothing. And he would be watching Dragon Ball Z, and I'd be like, "Yeah, this is exactly And after a while, I'd be like, "This." First, I'd be like, "This is crazy," and then after a while, I'd be like, "Yeah, no, let's turn this on. I gotta know what happens." He's been stuck in this position where he's going for like 3 days straight. Like that was an entire. Those were 3 episodes. I think we could do an entire show of me just doing that.
Probably do that.
When we come back, we've got Alexa Fox, Mike McFarland, and Brina Palencia.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
If you have an interest in marijuana, you want to know about marijuana, law, policy, and culture, then feel free to join me, Joseph A. Bondi, every Friday at 11 o'clock in the morning on my show In the Know 420 on TalkingAlternative.com.
Legalize the herb to continue to resist the passage of this necessary legislation.
Hi, this is Rob Kay.
And I'm Callie Alpert.
And we're hosts of The Rob and Callie Show. Are you looking for a show that talks about real stuff like life, love, the pursuit of being yourself?
Then you have come to the right place, because we cover topics ranging from chivalry to gratitude to your relationship with money and everything in between.
So listen to us on The Rob and Callie Show, Tuesdays, 8 to 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on talkradio.nyc.
Talking Alternative Radio, 24 hours a day.
Vision for the film and decided to part ways.
Yeah, that's one of those things where these guys showed up really late to this meeting and they were drunk and they were throwing cake around, and we decided to get them out of the building. That's kind of the creative differences. Or I might be speaking from personal.
That was your bad experience.
Secrets of the Sire.
Welcome back to Secrets of the Sire. We do this every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, talkradio.nyc. We also stream live, facebook.com/Secrets of the Sire. We've got like just a jam-packed set of guests coming up next. We've got Alexa Fox, who likes to think of herself as a writer-creator. She's really a cat-herding wrangler. Was her bio.
Okay.
We got Mike McFarland, voice actor, voice director, producer, writer. His voice direction includes Fullmetal Alchemist, Attack on Titan, and is also the voice on Dragonball Z, which is just awesome. He's Master Roshi. So that was we put them through enough. They were listening to that, you know. And we've got Brina Palencia. She is also an actor, singer, writer. She does scripts, she does songs, she's doing a whole bunch of stuff. But all three of them have in common is they are working on My Life as a Monkey, a brand new show. Welcome, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
This is why we're experimenting here. We've never done three guests at once.
This is a big deal.
It's going to be and especially because I can't actually see you. It's going to be even more exciting.
You're going to have to use names.
And there is
you're bad with names.
And there is. I'm going to butcher. I'm going to butcher everyone's.
Audio guinea pig.
That's right. That's right. I
thought we were dancing monkeys.
Well, you could be. You could be.
That whole thing could be happening right now. We wouldn't know anything.
We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know at all. So, but hey, welcome to the show. We'll start with Alexa. Alexa, talk to us about My Life as a Monkey, and talk to us A, what it is, and B, how you got everyone together to create this show.
All right, My Life as a Monkey is about this kid named Reese, who's your average kid. He doesn't like school very much, he loves video games, and he loves his friends Sam and Amy. The one key difference is that Reese is a monkey, and we just accept it. This is his life as a monkey.
That's like Brian the dog, on Family Guy. They just accept it.
Yeah, it's not an unfair comparison, but, Reese was the victim of a lab accident, which happens when your mom is a super scientist. It's just par for the course.
And they turn their kids into monkeys.
As to how all this came together, Mike and I actually had a mutual friend, this, adorable young woman, same age as me, Sarah Mead, who introduced us. And we've been buddies ever since. And then Mike brought in a bunch of wonderful voice talents. Hi, Brina.
Hello.
I found some animators and did a lot of designs and a lot of creative work, and we made this promo, and we're working on this show.
What are you guys hoping to do with the show at this point? Like, where's it going? I know you have the animated short on YouTube right now, which we'll post on our Facebook feed as well too. Like, where are you hoping to go with it?
World dominate.
World dominate.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Whatever I was going to say, bad answer. I changed my answer to Mike's answer.
I think Mike wins the answer. Mike, how fun was it to, you've actually, like I said, you've done voice direction for Fullmetal Alchemist, Attack on Titan, and among others. Your voice credits include Master Roshi on Dragonball Z. How do you approach this kind of cartoon versus, your anime work? And again, I guess because this would not be considered anime. It's not smaller eyes. It's American A. Canada anime. Mm-hmm. How do you approach this versus some of the other stuff you've done?
Well, one thing we did for this that we don't normally have to do when we're dubbing anime is that we were able to rehearse it like it's a audio radio play. For anime, a lot of stuff is recorded one actor at a time, one or two lines at a time. And for this, we were able to play off of each other. And, if someone changed their read, then the person would be there and be able to play off of whatever the change was. And we could explore that way and work out what worked well with timing and what worked well with delivery and all those sorts of things. And for anime stuff, you listen to what the Japanese did and watch what happens on screen and listen to the director and kind of assess all of that to go into what your read should sound like. And with this, it's more of an ensemble.
Brina, how did you get involved? And I know Alexa actually said she was the original voice of Reese. How did you pry that away from her?
Well, I didn't have. It was mostly a lot of wrestling with broken glass and barbed wire. Actually.
Oh, you think you're done with me, do you? You can call me Prankster Reese.
Yeah, no, Alexa very kindly just gave it to me. Mike asked me to be a part of it, and I actually, to be honest, I don't even remember if I did a read for you first, Alexa, and then
you did. It was awesome. I listened to that. I'm like, yes, this is my monkey.
I often think it's
sort of flattering.
Myself, with or without the show.
Yeah, it was.
We don't tell people.
It was a cool experience it was the first original animation that I got to do at the time, which was, it was very different. It was a lot more free than doing anime, which, is pre-animated. So we kind of got to do stuff on our own timing and also got to play off of each other. And it was just neat for a lot of us who were more familiar with anime dubbing versus, doing original work. It was just really fun to get to play off of one another and, to be a little more creative.
Very cool, very cool. The actual premise, too, kind of portrays family situations in a kind of atypical way. If anybody wants to jump in and kind of talk about, that aspect to the show, I think that's a really clever, dichotomy that you don't necessarily always see in cartoons.
Yeah, we kind of started with this premise, at the heart of the show is that weird is normal, and, people that are normal are actually the weird ones. Mm-hmm. So, that's kind of, it's why it's in the theme song right there, and you can hear the police, I think, in the background. They're coming for me. But no, yeah, because they're the normalness police. Those are the normal police, and they're coming to get me for speaking against them. But truth to power. Yeah, so it's basically it's just the whole premise is that Reese is a monkey, and it's just yeah, we get it, Reese. You're a monkey now. Nobody cares. But there are people outside of his immediate world who don't know, like this researcher that basically just sees herself in the Science Hall of Fame for discovering a talking monkey, which he hasn't. He's just a boy who's been turned into a monkey, as Amy tries to explain.
Mike, you've done a number of voice direction. How is that different than actually being the one behind the microphone necessarily and having to do, the actual the acting part of it? Which one do you prefer?
It's hard to say which one I prefer because I do, there are joys within each one of them. Mm-hmm. For acting, you're responsible for, your character who is you at that point in time as you are, there is no performing of or whatever, you are the character, and you carry the weight of whatever you would do as that character in that scenario. So that's a lot of fun and responsibility. The voice direction, what's fun about it for me is trying to see it from an overall beginning to end whole picture point of view, and kind of shaping things along with what I see in the material, what I think will work and what will not work, and what would be best for jokes at whatever point in time, and get to guide things along in that capacity so that there's an ebb and flow to everything.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Mike is really great because much like you and Hassan, he's a fox whisperer, so I can tell him something that's incomprehensible to the average person, and he knows how to translate that into normal people English. Some of the things I love about him.
I don't know what you just said just now.
Hassan's in complete denial on that. So, Mike, on this particular project, too, because you were wearing kind of both hats here. You were a producer and you were also doing, some of the voices and stuff like that. I mean, was it you, Alexa? I know you said you were kind of coaching people on the different monkey noises. I mean, was it just a give and take? Like, how did that work in the studio?
Oh, yeah, that was a lot of fun. Actually, Mike was really generous. He's the voice director, so, really he has a lot of final say. If I hired him, I should trust him to know what's right, and I do, and I did. But there were times where I realized that my jokes were weird and that, nobody got them, so I'd have to, pull Mike aside and be like, okay, this is the joke. Can you get this out of the actors for me? Because, again, he had to be a fox whisperer.
Brina, you were jumping in there, too?
But I got to say, no one really masters the monkey sounds quite as well as you.
Yeah, you guys were afraid that you were going to hyperventilate in the booth and die, as I recall.
Which is a concern for most
when you
voice
go all
actors.
out, it's possible.
Yeah, so basically the direction I gave them, I'm like, these are all pretty good monkey noises, guys, but, monkeys make noise when they breathe in, too. So it's not, it's, and then we had, all of us jammed in the booth together, facing each other, and there was this just profound moment where we're all looking at each other, and you just kind of know exactly what you are in that moment and what you look like. This is what you do. So we're back to dancing monkeys.
I look like that in my normal everyday.
That's catharsis. That's strong.
Brina, you've done.
Let's demonstrate. Brina, say something funny in the Reese voice.
I don't really do funny things in general.
That was funny, actually. See, that was actually really funny in your normal voice. See how that kind of worked out? Brina, you've done some on-camera stuff as well, going through your filmography. What do you prefer doing? Do you prefer the live action, or do you prefer voice acting? I hear from different people. We had Lauren Lester. He couldn't decide, Yeah,
well, the thing is they both have really amazing things about them, because voice acting is awesome because I get to play characters that I would never play on camera. There's no world where I would be playing a little boy monkey on a camera. That just wouldn't ever happen. Whereas with on camera, it's exciting just because I do like that community of getting to act opposite your scene partner all the time. Because with voice acting, that is not a guarantee. It's actually pretty rare that you get to do that. So it's really fun to get to have it feel like more of a collaboration. And then you also, since you're the physical embodiment of the character, it's as an actor, it's just really exciting to kind of feel like you're creating this character as a whole.
Yeah.
Whereas with animation, it's also fun that it's a collaboration as far as this is the visual representation of it. What can I add just vocally to kind of enhance that?
Very cool. All right, so the topic tonight, and we're going to go around the room, and we'll end on this. If you are recommending one anime to somebody, you have to watch this anime, what would it be? Alexa, we'll start with you.
I thought we were talking about oatmeal, but yes. I'm going to have to side with Hassan and say Batman. And if I can't say Batman, I'm going to go with Desert Punk.
Desert Punk. Mike, one anime you've got to recommend. What is it?
For someone to get into anime
Gateway.
at all.
No. Gateway anime.
Gateway. Well, no. I'm taking the restraints. I'm taking the restraints off. This one anime. If I'm referring a comic book to somebody, I'm like, you got to read Watchmen. It is what it is. I have to read Watchmen. One anime that you would recommend, the only one that you could.
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
That was a popular choice among the audience.
Choice.
I'm telling you right now. Brina, what do you got?
It's a newer one. I'd have to say Your Name.
Mike? No. Anybody get that joke? No? No? Anybody? No?
No, we got it.
No.
Crickets.
It's an
Crickets.
No, it's not a joke.
So the anime is called I Have to Say Your Name?
No, the anime is called Your Name.
Just Your Name. Yeah. No, see, I got that.
That's actually pretty sweet.
I got that, and then I made a really poor joke.
Yes,
That's clever.
You did make a bad joke.
And that's what makes our show so great. Hey, guys, I want to thank you all for joining us. We'll go around in a circle. Let me know exactly where we can find you online and where we could find the new show as well, too. So, Alexa, we'll start with you.
At My Life as a Monkey on Twitter. Look for My Life as a Monkey on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. And hashtag My Life as a Monkey.
Mike, what do you got going on, and where can people find you?
All right, on Twitter, it's Mike McFarland VA, and on Facebook, I believe it's Mike McFarland Fan. On Instagram, it's MikeMC_1. And out in the world, you'll just have to do your best.
Brina, you're working on a new album that features full versions of your Instagram songs. Can you just quickly tell 30 seconds about that and where they can find you on Instagram?
You can follow me on Instagram at Brinakins, BRINAKINS. I take one-word suggestions from people, and I write a song based off of it.
Very cool.
And there are quite a few of them that I've written, full versions of, more than, 30 seconds. And I do plan on releasing an album, hopefully at the beginning of next year.
Very cool. We will keep an eye out for that for sure. Guys, thank you so much. We did a three-person. I'm not going to even make those jokes.
No, don't.
We did a really great job.
Yes.
No, that's just 5 people. That's real numbers right there.
And Sam's a sixth. So it was just
there was 6 of us all.
It was just chaos.
Yeah.
Thank you again. When we come back, we're going to go spinning the racks.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
Are you into comics, movies, and pop culture at large? What about music and TV? Then you're in for a treat. This is Michael Dolce, your host on TalkingAlternative.com. I've been professionally writing comic books, screenplays, and music articles for almost 15 years. Catch my show, Secrets of the Sire, at its new primetime slot, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and get the inside scoop on the pop culture universe you love to talk about. For more info, go to secretsofthesire.com.
Hello, this is Mark Torres.
And Pronto Comics own Dominic Sperano.
And listen to our show, It Came From the Radio, right here on talkradio.nyc. Every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about entertainment, movies,
comic books, and other news.
So make sure you check us out. That's right here, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Wednesday, talkradio.nyc.
TalkingAlternative.com.
It's like when you name your kid Jeeves and he becomes a butler. It's like you just know.
Yeah, you screwed your kid.
You've set a course. You've set a course for that kid.
Yes. But just living up to his lowered expectations.
Well, don't insult butlers.
They're already after me for other reasons that I don't want to go into right now.
This is true. We'll devote a special show to that.
Secrets of the Sire.
There will be no Butler Show. Welcome back to Secrets of the Sire. We do this every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Doesn't matter. They're not after me anymore anyway. I worked that out.
YC.
And now because of you won't ever know the story, which is an amazing story.
This is true.
That's like a Indiana Jones in the refrigerator kind of story.
Do you know what I noticed?
That's how great that story is.
Whenever I describe a story to someone, I'm like, "This is a really funny story." And I realized, like it was like the glass shattered. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm putting like enormous pressure on myself now to tell a funny story.
Don't ever do that.
Because it's not really. Most of my stories are not funny.
Okay, let me explain.
Yeah, right.
You do it like that. You bring it down, and then you raise it back up. It's like a crescendo.
Gene Goldstein chimed in. I didn't like Oh my God, this is anime stuff.
Fumofu.
I like the serious version of Fullmetal Panic. That's Grizzle Sama had said he or she likes.
Yeah, people are getting specific now.
Say Fullmetal Panic.
You said gateway anime.
Sean Gilmore, Dragon Ball will always have a special place in my heart.
That's not gateway. That's not. I recommend this.
Andrew Keiko says that is the absolute most popular though.
Well, then that's him. That's him answering the question correctly. But everybody else is like, I really like the other thing, but I only like some aspects of this thing, but I only like the other part.
Is that your interpretation of their Facebook voice?
Well, that's my interpretation of every human being that is.
Oh, all right. As long as you're even, that's all. Brian Everham, Guyver was good too. Vampire
not the
Hunter
live action
D
version
is a
with,
good
Mark
one.
Hamill, though.
Gene Goldstein, Bubblegum Crisis was good. If you guys want to chime in,
it's the best.
To anybody who's listening to us on podcast version, which is iTunes, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, like all that stuff, all that good stuff, which we love. Thank you.
One of the greatest ever is Dengayo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's the oddest one because there's only 3 episodes and it ends like on this tremendous cliffhanger and it just F you. We're not ever coming back. This is just the way it ends.
So if you're listening to us on podcast, which we do appreciate,
so actually don't watch that.
But you want to join in this kind of conversation again, we are actually a call-in show. I never give the call-in number anymore, but that's okay because we really can't handle it.
People might call.
We had 18 people on our call-in line just before. Like, how are we going to do this? I don't know. So yeah, if you wanted to chime in again, Facebook.com/Secrets of the Sire. You can always chime in. We'll read your.
We're not going to tell you the secrets.
We'll read your comments online, on air, I should say, not online. Well, I guess we're online and on air.
We're everywhere.
Killing it tonight.
All over the place.
This is just a winner. Yeah. This is just a winner. All right, we do this
catharsis,
every week. We go spinning the racks. We bring you the most fantastical pop culture news out there.
Spin the rack, spin that
rack. I love the reverb we've got going on tonight. All right, this is an anime edition of Spin the Rack because we're doing this. We're devoting
spin the anime rack.
We're basically devoting. Now, here's the thing, right? If the ratings come back, they're not actual ratings. But if like the downloads come back and like the live views come back and it's like, wow, we really should talk about this, I will start watching anime.
Really?
Yeah, I will.
So that's blackmail. You're actually blackmailing the audience. Like if you support us, I will support you.
That's not blackmail.
In this oddly
that's giving them what they want.
Backwards way.
I am easy like that. I am extremely easy. It's like whatever will lose us more money faster.
There's a term for that. It's called ratings whore.
Is it just ratings?
Yes. Dark. Now my head's going down places.
Yeah. Fullmetal Alchemist anime director criticizes the live-action movie's all-Japanese cast.
Wow.
Yeah. I just blew your mind.
Why does he criticize those?
This is what I do. Spinning the racks. That's what I try to do.
Why is he?
The live-action Fullmetal Alchemist movie cast is all Japanese, even if the characters are not. The anime's director said. Anime's director said this is a bad idea.
It's yellow washing.
While speaking at a recent stage show in Tokyo, Fullmetal Alchemist anime director Seiji Mizushima. Oh, I think I did that pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
It's wow. Actually,
I could have done it.
Wait a minute. I've like messed up names of like Bob Jones.
I don't know how you did it,
but I got Seiji Mizushima.
Hey, a broken clock twice a day.
Holy crap! I did it twice. That's twice. It's quoted by ANN as saying it was a bad idea to only use Japanese actors. Continuing, if you asked me whether I think the cast would pull it off, I'd say no, they can't.
Oh,
it's hard for actors to capture the look and feel of the original manga.
But it's in a manga property. Stop it.
You're
gonna do that? Okay. It's a manga property.
Yeah.
So it is Japanese produced.
Yes.
So the idea that they would only have Japanese people in it, and then you would be upset about that.
Sure.
There's not a wide variety of different nationalities in Japan.
No.
So they have a limited pool of talent to work.
You're just slowly.
Slowly what?
I don't know.
What am I slowly doing?
I can't tell if what you're saying is offensive or not. Like, I'm actually, like, I think you're...
I don't offend anybody.
Like, I think you're
the Lord of the Radio cannot be offensive.
Like, I think you're being offensive, but I'm not
sure. They have a limited... They don't have a lot of nationalities.
And if I comment on your offensiveness,
I
could be brought in as being offensive? I just don't want to be offensive tonight.
I'm trying to snake you into saying something because it'll be worse if you say it.
No, it will absolutely be worse.
Yeah,
what did our bartender say tonight?
It's a total racist thing.
What did our bartender say?
You can't be racist.
Yeah, that was great. She was of Asian descent.
She was flirting with us, though.
Oh, well, she was trying to get a bigger tip.
Is that what that was?
That's what all bartenders do.
Really?
Yeah. But the
Wait,
key
so
thing
the bartenders I think like me don't really like me.
I think they do like you when you leave a big tip.
They don't like me because I never leave a big tip. They hate me.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I had friends all over the place, man.
No.
That list is short now. God damn it. All right. Move on.
All right. So, I mean, I got to be honest with you. We're actually done spinning the racks. That was my anime edition.
The rack is fun?
That's it.
There's only one thing on the rack?
That was it. Yeah.
We got to get a better rack.
That is also offensive what you just said.
No, it's not. It's only your mind. It's all in your mind, Mr.
It's not my
Dolce.
mind. It's your voice and the words that come out of your mouth.
Hey, I like racks.
Don't we all,
Rack
my
'em
friend?
up.
Don't we all?
I'm going to go to Iraq one day.
I mean, this is the funny thing, though. So, I mean, I'm dead serious. We will do more anime in the future if people really want it. And apparently, according
be a whore.
According
Don't
to
be
like
a whore, dude.
I can't even tell you how many
tell
comments
them I'll give you
we
more
got.
of what you want if you want more of what I give. Don't be doing that.
So Sam, I'm gonna have you give the final thought on tonight's episode. So for everybody who doesn't know, Sam
said the thumbs down. Thumbs out.
That's a thing. That's a thing now. You know, that's a thing. That's a thing now. No, Sam was in the anime manga universe. So give us your recommendation. We're gonna close with that.
Okay, well, I like the esoteric stuff, so I just have to say Esclaphone, because I remember the first time I saw it with the music and the character designs and the backgrounds. It just, I loved it. And so that to me is like my all-time favorite. Plus, it has such a deep story. You really got to follow it through.
And we really thank you for telling us how to pronounce that.
Hey, Sam has his cred, though. He was Media Blasters.
He knows.
Like he was Media Blasters.
Yeah,
like
he knows.
Ran Media Blasters.
This guy knows.
So
this guy knows.
I got to tell you right now, we did it. We got through an entire episode of a topic I know nothing about.
We do that all the time, though, because you don't know a lot about anything.
Okay, wait. Let me rephrase that. We got through an entire topic that I don't know about and could not really fake it.
We got through an entire topic
Very
of
well.
things that you don't know about, and you don't know anything about.
Yeah,
Because there's a lot of stuff you don't know about that you think you know
much better. All right, catch us on the interwebs. Catch us on Facebook. We'll be replaying the video all week long. Catch us on Twitter, Michael_Dolce, Instagram, mdolce64. Go to Facebook.com/Secrets of the Sire. Secrets/Secrets of the Sire for everything. Patreon, SoundCloud. Go to iHeartRadio. Go to iTunes. Download us there.
Even if we're not there, just go there. It's nice.
Next week, we've got Kevin Sorbo, Hercules alum, talking about his new movie, talking about Hercules
episode.
Legacy. You do not want to miss this interview. It was pretty
amazing.
It was pretty amazing.
It's amazing.
See you next week.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
Who do you want to connect with?
Are you an entrepreneur or intrapreneur looking to build your following?
Welcome to our show.
Follow Me Friday with Joan
and Priya.
Tune in every Friday at noon Eastern
on talkradio.nyc.
We're your digital connectors. Woo woo!
Hey, all you crazy listeners. Looking to boost your business? Why not advertise on Talking Alternative with very reasonable rates? Interested? Simply email at info@talkingalternative.com.
Are you into comics, movies, and pop culture at large? What about music and TV? Then you're in for a treat. This is Michael Dolce, your host on TalkingAlternative.com. I've been professionally writing comic books, screenplays, and music articles for almost 15 years. Catch my show, Secrets of the Sire, at its new primetime slot, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and get the inside scoop on the pop culture universe you love to talk about. For more info, go to secretsofthesire.com.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network at www.talkingalternative.com. Now, broadcasting 24 hours a day. Talking Alternative.
Hi, this is Rob Kay.
And I'm Callie Alpert.
And we're hosts of The Rob and Callie Show. Are you looking for a show that talks about real stuff like life, love, the pursuit of being yourself?
Then you have come to the right place because we cover topics ranging from chivalry to gratitude to your relationship with money and everything in between.
So listen to us on The Rob and Callie Show Tuesdays, 8 to 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on talkradio.nyc.
Are you a conscious co-creator? Are you on a quest to raise your vibration and your consciousness? I'm Sam Leibowitz, your conscious consultant, and on my show, The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, we will touch upon all these topics and more. Listen live at our new time on Thursdays at 12 noon Eastern Time. That's The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, Thursdays, 12 noon on talkradio.nyc.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.